Well, it's been a week. Couple of little scares. All my own faults. Bunch of stuff going through my head. Scary stuff. My own faults. I didn't think I'd be doing this particular issue because I lost my mind last week. Totally lost my mind last week. I was so upset. I was so devastated, and it turned out all right. It took a week, but it turned out all right. And I discovered how very, very, very rare this is. So anyways, it's nice to meet you. Welcome to the D. Louise book series. My name is Christina KROCIANA. If you could please hit the like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it very much. Don't forget Star Trek recaps on Friday. If then Friday afternoon, if you like this author, then maybe you like that author. And Flashback Mondays, where we talk about Romantic Times Book Review Magazine, the best magazine in the entire world, and a rare magazine. You know how hard this is to get a hold of? I've had this in my house for 24 years. And I took it to the library the other day, and I never saw it again. And I was searching the library. I was asking all the librarians, have you seen this? I was all over the place looking, searching for my house. I had the bag, I brought it in. I kept looking in the empty bag. It was still empty. I had my notes, but I didn't have the magazine, and that kind of bothered me because I'm like, well, I usually don't separate my notes from the magazine, but I had my notes, and that's what kind of I didn't well, maybe I took the notes out before I went to the library, but I would like to know what stuff I had at the library and what stuff I had myself, and apparently. And I asked, I went online, I went on Amazon, I went on eBay, I went on Etsy, I went on a dozen different websites, I wrote everybody in creation. And then a week later, after an absolute panic attack, and I decided I needed to move on, and I started working on the next month, and I lifted up my printer to make a copy. And I lifted up the lid of the printer. And guess what was laying on my flat paper? Oh, Lord have mercy. I was so happy. I don't remember putting it there, but obviously I put it there. So here we go. April 2010 Romantic Times Book Review. And they don't make these anymore. And no other magazine. Look, 261 books reviewed in here. 261! You can't get this anyplace else. Nowhere else can you get this. Very, very rare. Also, my videos are on the last leg. My computer is being held together by a binder clip, if you didn't already know. The bottom separated, so it's being held together by a binder clip. Until one day, we'll see what happens, but it's still working. I backed up some of the stuff I didn't, but some of the stuff I did. Fingers crossed. I have another computer that has no battery, so every time you turn it on, it has to be hard rebooted because there's no battery. It died. So that tells you how long batteries last in these computers, even though you recharge them constantly. So, April 2010. the magazine that does it all. And we'll be talking about these books. We'll be talking about these books. You don't get this in any of the book page or bookmark that goes on today. I don't think. Oh, I love this magazine. No mercy for these characters. Lisa Jackson. I know my video's horrible, my audio's, everything's horrible, but this is called low tech budget. This is a what you see is what you get. And I'm gonna be doing this section later. So let's get started because this magazine gives me so many good ideas. So many good ideas. Historical magazine. Look at all the just in historicals. They're reviewing more magazines than any other magazine today does. Just in historicals. And I'm sorry today that I wrote in these. See, this says I have this. I don't. I looked. I don't know where it went. I couldn't find it, but I'm supposedly, I was in a collection series. I was collecting stuff, but I did find this. So we'll talk about it when we get there. But I was going through, it's a series. I'm a series person. All those are series. Every last one of those is series. And if a future If Then is going to feature those. I'm going to do some vampires. If Then. So let's get going with our historical regencies. I have some of these. I don't have this one. Celeste Bradley, Rogue in My Arms, got 4.5 stars. Bradley doesn't disappoint with the second in her Runaway Brides trilogy, which is really astonishing that I don't have this one because I do have probably the other two. Which is certain to have readers laughing and crying. Her characters leap off the page, especially little year-old Melody, the precious heroine, and her 3 fathers. There's passion, adventure, non-stop action, and secrets that make the pages fly. Sir Colin Lambert gets in his head that he is the father of Melanie, the toddler who was left on the gentleman's club doorstep, and that his one-time mistress, the actress Chantal Marchant, is the mother who abandoned him. He's searching for Chantal when he meets Prudence Philby, the actress dresser seamstress desperate to support herself and her brother. Prue accepts a position as Melody's nanny while Colin hunts for his beloved. An unsettling incident separates them, and Prue joins a troupe of traveling players before encountering Colin again. Colin is confused by his growing desire for Prue. Prue reciprocates his passion but she has secrets and hides the truth even after they find Chantal and get caught in a vicious enemy's plot. By then, it's too late to deny their love. And you know how we were talking about my mind losing it? So I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked, and I did not find this book. And I looked and looked and looked and looked, and I still didn't find this book. So I got it from the library. And then when I got it from the library, I found it on my bookshelf. I got 2. This is my copy, but this is a bigger copy in large print. My kind of book, large print. 4.5 stars. Known for the marvelous storytelling, Beverly sets the finale of her Roguish trilogy in Georgian England. Now, you know, That was the big thing back in the day. I still think it. Nora Roberts still does it, and a few others still do it. Everything was in trilogies. Now we're doing series. And I'm telling you, if anything needs to be made into a movie, it's Stephanie Lawrence Sinsters. There's over 30 books in that series, and the characters are recurring throughout the whole series. So she got 4.5 stars. Uh, Amongst danger, secrets, and retribution, she ably places her protagonist in the era. With a sharp eye for detail, dialogue, and touches of humor, she incorporates a few characters from previous novels into the mix and keeps the reader well entertained in this captivating gem. 4 years ago, Bella Barstow was abducted and feared for her virtue. She was saved by roguish Captain Rose, master of the Black Swan, but she fled, not knowing that Captain Rose was a cover for the powerful Duke of Thorn. Now living in London, she copies letters for a scandal sheet. When she uncovers the truth about her kidnapping and vows revenge, she turns to one person who can help her, Captain Rose. Thorn is happy to oblige, but he's never forgotten their intriguing female. Other problems put Bella in danger, and Thorn must use his rank as the Duke to come to her rescue again. And Sarah Bennett. Right. This one here, Sarah Bennett. A most sinful proposal. Oh, I got it. Right there. My camera is horrible. Sorry. 4 stars. Sexy and smart, Bennett's romances have earned her a place on readers' keeper shelves. She does not disappoint with her twist on Beauty and the Beast, a captivating romance for those seeking a bit of adventure and suspense. The daughter of a botanist, Marissa Rothschild, has no interest in plants. She wants a man like handsome, rakish George Kent for a husband, and she's out to get him. On a visit to his home, she meets his brother, the reclusive, mysterious Lord Kent, whose passion for roses, particularly the rare and possibly extinct Crusader's rose, fills his every waking moment. Marissa takes his mind off his hunt for the elusive bloom with her vibrance and beauty. Though she wants nothing to do with plants, she is drawn into the romantic mystery surrounding the rose. Someday a rose as its thorns. I don't know. I am not a singer, as you can very well tell. So let's get to our chief here. 4.5 stars. Acclaimed for her Scottish novels, McCarthy dramatically raises the bar with her new Highland Guard novel, using Scotland's first war for independence as the backdrop. She deftly handles a complex plot and keeps the story effortlessly on track. Her well-developed characters are as beautifully portrayed as the archetypes of classic fairy tales. Now, there's a whole slew of these. I should have brought them over to show. I've got most of them. It's like the Hawk, the Chief, the Raven. There's a whole slew of them, and I was reading them in order, and that's why I thought this has got to be over there someplace. Again, I can't find it, but I said that I have it, so I must have it somewhere. It's got to be over there. So, Christina Fraser is taken to the island of Islay, where her sister is to marry a powerful warlord to form an alliance to fight for Scotland's freedom. To protect her fragile sister, Christina offers herself in marriage instead. Robert the Bruce realizes Scotland can throw off England's King Edward using guerrilla tactics. Arranging a meeting at Islay is his first step to form a rebellion army with Tor, Chief MacLeod, a Norse-blooded Highlander, as its leader, to vow to restore his clan to rights, rightful lands, and power. No wife will drag him away from that promise, but even while training for battle, Tor is drawn to his wife and begins to comprehend the meaning of romantic and passionate love. Desires of a Perfect Lady. 4.5 stars. Alexandra surpasses her reputation for writing deeply moving, highly passionate romances. Her fast-paced plotlines and well-defined characters enthrall readers, enhancing their pleasure. Olivia Newberry had been betrothed to Sterling Harrington, the Earl of Wildwood, when her father forced her to marry Lord Rathbone. She has crushed and broken heart and spends 10 years in a loveless, abusive marriage until Rathbone is murdered. Thinking that Olivia desperately jilted him, Sterling never opened her letters. He believes he has gotten over betrayal when Olivia's father begs him to protect Olivia, since she may be the killer's target. Olivia discovers her husband's will prevents her from claiming her inheritance until she accomplishes 3 tasks within a year of his death. She convinces Sterling to become her partner. Sharing unexpected adventure reunites them in passion, and they reclaim a treasure and lost love. It would be helpful if I wrote this. 9 Rules to Break When Romancing a Rake. This is a series. MacLean has penned a fast-paced, funny tale with a marvelous cast of characters who captivate and enchant. This book should come along with a warning. Once you start, you won't want to put it down. There is a book 8 and there is a book 10, and there's probably others too. But those are the 3 that I have, 8, 9, and 10. At 28, Lady Calpurnia Hartwell is dissatisfied with her staid life. She craves adventure and she wants it now, so she creates a list of 9 things a proper lady should never do, and enlists Gabriel St. John, the Marquis of Ralston, to help her. Ralston agrees with a caveat. If she launches his sister into society, he'll help her experience life, learn to drink in a tavern, fence in a men's cup, and live on the wild side. This is all well and good until Ralston and Kelly begin falling in love. After compromising her, he insists on marriage, but Kelly isn't so sure he'll make a good husband, especially when she has to stop him from dueling. Interesting. Okay. Sophia Jordan. In Scandal They Wed. The red one. 4.5 stars. Jordan's series centering on young ladies of humble origins who ensnare the town's most sought-after bachelors is an unadulterated winner. Her strong heroines and charming sexy heroes sweep readers into stories as poignant as they are sensual, as memorable as they are fast-paced. When her sister Linny gives birth to an illegitimate child, Evie claims the baby as her own, ruining her chances for marriage. Spencer Lockhart's brother died with Lenny's name on his lips, and Spencer is determined to find her and the child. He mistakes Evie for Lenny and is about to tell her of himself when her aunt shoots him. Now Evie has the enemy recuperating in her house and believes she must keep up the pretense that she is her sister. But when Spence proposes marriage for the child's sake, Eve finds it difficult to refuse. Interesting. Take that one. Dorothy GARLOCK. Stay a little longer. Looks like one of those inspirationals. But she's still around today. You can still get her books everywhere. Let's see if we can do this. 4.5 stars. Post World War I Minnesota. Poignant and quietly powerful, GARLOCK's American love story is filled with tenderness, compassion, as she shows ordinary people struggling with the aftermath of war and finding strength in unlikely places. After her sister dies in childbirth with her mother midwifing, Louise Watkins assumes the role of town midwife and takes over the family's boarding house. She cares for her 6-year-old niece Charlotte as well. Charlotte discovers a sick, disfigured man living in an isolated cabin and convinces Louise to care for him. As he recovers, he offers to work as a handyman around the house, and Louise is drawn to him despite his scars. There is something claiming and familiar about him. Finding friendship blossoms into more after tragedy strikes in the startling and wonderful truth revealed. Interesting. Jennifer HAYMORE, A Touch of Scandal. There we go. Touch of Scandal. 4.5 stars. HAYMORE delivers a second fascinating, powerful, and sensual novel that places her high on must-read lists. She perfectly blends a strong plot with twists like a serpent and has unforgettable characters to create a book readers will remember and reread. Unbeknownst to her mistress, Lady Rebecca, Kate is Rebecca's ruthless husband's sister and his unwilling spy. Rebecca is sweet, kind, and as much as a prisoner as Kate, until Rebecca's brother Garrett, the Duke of Carleton, arrives. Determined to free Rebecca from the ruthless madman who is holding her hostage, the war-weary, battle-scarred Duke finds lovely, innocent Kate a distraction. He has no idea she's his enemy's sister, and she doesn't know his plans to ruin her brother. Drawn to one another by an overwhelming need, they are united in resolve to find a way to free Rebecca and themselves from the scandal and her brother's vicious schemes. Interesting. Pearl Wolf. Too Hot for a Rake. There we go. Too Hot for a Rake. 3 stars. Wolf's bad boy hero alternates between roguish, sexy, and rather foolish as he pursues the engaging heroine who can't decide if she wants the rake or the proper gentleman. When a disastrous error lands Lady Helena Fairchild in the bed of Desmond Barrington, the Marquis of Waverley, her engagement is over. Helena avoids scandal by visiting a family friend in the country, escorted by Lavery. Living in a famous French brothel earned Desmond the reputation of a rake among rakes, but as the new Marquis, he plans to mend his ways. However, Helena puts temptation in his path, and he's never been good at resisting a beautiful, sensual, bold woman. And, did I do? See, the memory's going again. I don't remember. I'm so bad. Alright. Jennifer HAYMORE, A Touch of Scandal. I don't remember. I just had it. HAYMORE delivers 4.5 stars. Oh, we did this already. Yes, we did. Now I know. Okay. Alright, the last one, Christine Kelly. I would say that the trick to a good book is that if you finish reading the book and you put it down, if you're reading a book and you put it down, if you can remember what the book was about, it was a good book. If you don't remember what the book was about, it wasn't a good book. That's my rule. Something Scandalous. Christine Kelly. Christie Kelly. 44. Four stars. Kelly reinforces her deserved reputation for page-turning, exciting, humorous plots filled with sensual texture and populated by unforgettable characters. Elizabeth Kendall discovers she is not her father's real daughter in his deathbed confession. The real heir to the fortune is a distant cousin in America. Assuming his immediate occupation of the estate, Elizabeth searches for her mother's diary to discover her paternity. William Alderton arrives in England with his 7 siblings, ready to sell his inheritance and return to Virginia and his fiancée. But he discovers a sale will take months. Elizabeth shows him around England and helps his siblings adjust to London society. It becomes clear they share an emotional and intellectual attraction. When rumors circulate claiming they are somehow related, William vows to help Elizabeth locate her father. He also begins to question his love for his fiancée when she arrives in England. Romantic triangle coming. Mainstream fiction. Vern Michaels, Deadly Deals. 2 stars. Wow. Should have looked at it closer. There she goes. Binging away. Well, this series has devolved into froth on the latte. For those addicted, it is a guilty pleasure. However, this episode makes no sense unless you have read the others. The vigilantes are still in hiding, waiting for their promised pardon, but that doesn't stop them from getting involved when they hear about a baby-selling ring in Washington, D.C. Mother Nature complicates the mission with a very white Christmas, and Mira and Annie spend time as Santa and his elf. Every one of the gang is involved, and after many adventures, the vigilantes top off their success with a seasonal appearance. Okay. I don't think there was another. I looked and I couldn't find. Alright, Sci Fi. Oh, wait, I just want to do a nominal 2 of teen. 13. Twilight and Shakespeare. Alright, Sci-Fi. Elizabeth Vaughn, Destiny Star. Right there. 4.5 stars. Vaughn ties her 2 fantasy series together as the action moves back to the harsh lands of the plains. These protagonists have been secondary players in the Star series, and now it's their turn to play a pivotal role in changing the destiny of a people. Having been saved from certain death by the warrior Lady Bethrel, Ezran's storyteller feels unworthy and has kept his love a secret. Regrettably, Ezran's inability to control the wild magic within him still possesses a serious threat. When the wild magic erupts, Bethrel insists she and Ezran be magically transported far away to distant plains. Back in the land of her ancestors, Bethrel and Ezran become the target of warrior priests determined to make Ezran a sacrifice and bring the magic back to their lands. With only a band of young warriors to assist them, Bethrel and Ezran fight to save themselves and prevent the magic from falling into the wrong hands. And J. Lake Pinnan there. I got 4 stars. This fast-paced and engrossing final volume to Lake's utterly original Clockwork series. Lake has a sure hand at characterization and pacing, and fans will likely be delighted at the twist in the tale. New readers should start at the beginning with Mainspring. Told in episodic bursts, this third and final volume in Lake's Clockwork Earth trilogy continues the tale of a young genius, Paulina Barthes, and her skill at introducing free will into a world that literally runs on gears. Interspersed with Polonia's journey south of the equator, wall is that of librarian and mask Emily Childress, the brass man Boza, the Chinese cataloger Wang, and the British spy Kitchens. Eventually their paths cross, and the story, which has been painstakingly pieced together, shifts into high gear. Check it out. I love this magazine. You can't get this anywhere else. There's no, look at all the inspirationals they did. Look at all this. Lynette Eason. There she is. Get to this. Lynette Eason, 4 stars. Eason touches on a subject that will hit very close to home. Her mystery is engaging and suspenseful, and the plot tension provides the perfect assistance of relief in tense moments. Homicide detective Connor Wolf is frustrated. Teenage girls disappear only to turn up many months later dead, with evidence of having recently given birth. FBI expert Samantha Cash is called in to investigate. Although Connor is immediately drawn to Samantha, he is taken aback by her faith in God. Can they overcome their differences to work together and possibly pursue something more personal? Laurie Snelling. No distance too far. There we go. No distance too far. 3 stars. This is the second home to Blessing novel is an enjoyable read and relays the inner life of missionary who struggles with her call to service. The readers will engage easily with the main characters, though the plot does move slowly. Astrid Borland wants to use her medical training to serve as a missionary in Africa. Smarting from a misunderstanding with Joshua Landsberg, the man she thought she loved, she heads east to a missionary training school. When she's called home unexpectedly, Astrid learns of a deadly measles outbreak on the nearby Indian reservation and wonders if her mission field is closer to home than she imagined, and she follows God's call. Siri Mitchell. She Walks in Beauty. The one in the middle. Four stars. Mitchell's new historical novel set in Gilded Age New York is filled with romance, adventure, and amazing characters. Clara Carter has been informed by her aunt that she will be making her society debut and that it is in her best interest to snag the richest, most eligible bachelor, Franklin Devise. When Clara learns that her best friend also has her sights on Franklin, and she realizes all the hard work she has to do to win, she questions whether or not it's worth pretending to be someone she's not in order to secure her family's future. Romantic suspense. Christy Reese, Second Chance. Alright, there's one small one here. And what's the other one look like? I don't know why I have. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Right there. CHRISTIE Reese, Second Chance. I gotta go through my closet and see if I can find that Chief book because I keep saying I have it. CHRISTIE Reese, Second Chance. Twisted Emotions. Oh, I got 4.5 stars. Twisted Emotions led to diabolical tormenting in the newest installment of Reese's last Second Chance series. Someone is determined to destroy Keeley Fairchild, and it will be up to a hero with his own guilt complex where Keeley is concerned to save her. The range of emotions in this book is intense and lead to a edge-of-your-seat consequences. Interesting. Keeley and her young twin daughters are starting their life anew after the kidnapping and accidentally killing of her husband, Stephen. Tragedy strikes again when the twins are kidnapped. No ransom is demanded, but someone sends tormenting emails to Kelly. LCR agent Cole Matheson went through hell during his capture and torture and drug programming. Since his rescue, he's been haunted by the fact that he killed Stephen while out of his mind. Rescuing the girls and protecting Kelly becomes Cole's obsession. Despite his intent to stay emotionally removed, the passion Cole feels for Kelly grows. D. Davis, Dark Deception. 4 stars. Action, suspense, intrigue, and betrayal love its best. Davis has a superior knack for weaving a tight plot. Every relevant facet is explored and revealed in perfect synchronicity. The end result is a near-perfect romantic suspense. Annie Gallagher has spent the last 8 years trying to forget her former partner and lover, Nash Brennan, but the beautiful face of their son won't let her. When her son is abducted and she's ordered to kill a UN ambassador to get him back, she doesn't know where to turn. Nash's new assignment is to bring Annie in, and old feelings resurface when they come face to face. Nash must decide whether to trust his instincts or the facts, which Annie's a traitor. The wrong choice could mean the lives of people he loves forever. Interesting. Heather Graham. Here we go. The Killing Edge. 4 stars. Strong plotting, a yummy hero, and a butt-kicking heroine make this page turner. It's sure to be enjoyed by those who love a good mystery laced with a touch of procedural and paranormal. 10 years ago, when she was a teen, Chloe Marin narrowly survived a massacre following a party. Now a grown psychologist, Chloe is working as a police consultant and looking into a disappearance of a swimsuit model. Her investigation progresses slowly until she encounters Luke Kane, a British PI. A link to the occult responsible for the slaughter a decade ago develops, which doesn't surprise Chloe as she's never been convinced all of the killers were caught. A second set of murders, her attraction to Luke, and some ghostly visions all serve to test Chloe's resolve. Check that out. Mysteries. New author spotlight. Mirror Images by Phelps and Surprise in a Garden of Love and Evil. New author spotlight. Mystery, suspense, and thriller. 8 Days to Live. 4.5 stars. Jane McGuire is back in the spotlight as the target of a lethal cult that, plus the return of other familiar characters, including one with supernatural twists, instantly vests readers into the tumultuous storyline. Painting inspired by a series of dreams makes artist Jane McGuire, Eve Duncan's adopted daughter, the target of an ancient and deadly cult. In 8 days, Jane will be sacrificed. In the meantime, her friends and family are eliminated. Members of the cult also believe Jane can lead them to a priceless historical treasure. Horrified by the murder of her friends, Jane feels compelled to reach out to mysterious, psychically deadly Seth Caleb to stop these friends. While she tries to keep Eve and Joe Quinn safe, former assassin Jack Gavin insists on accompanying her on her hazardous treasure mission. Let's see. Beverly Connor, The Night Killer, 4 stars. I gotta stop covering the speakers. A storm, a skeleton, and a murder embroiled forensic anthropologist Diane Fallon in a case that brings together those she cares about. Connor's ability to combine excellent characterization, forensic procedure, and pulse-pounding danger has put her at the pinnacle of her genre. All she had to do was pick up some donated Indian artifacts, but as Diane heads down a mountain in a storm, a tree falls across her car hood, and a human skeleton falls out of the broken tree. Chased, Diane flees into the woods, back to the house she came from, only to discover her genial host dead. Their slow slip. When the tyrannical sheriff threatens her and refuses to examine the evidence scientifically, Diane vows to uncover the truth, whatever it takes. But a vicious killer is not about to let her succeed. Okay. Laughed till he died. 4 stars. The Nick and Nora Charles of Broward Rock, South Carolina have another tricky murder to solve before an innocent woman is blamed and arrested. The refreshing and romantic Annie and Max Darling are on a complicated trail with the usual complement of fun and feisty characters. Mystery bookstore owner Annie Darling and her husband Max always seem to get embroiled in some kind web of deceit. This happens again when the young, beautiful manager of the youth center asks Max to help her keep her job. Before they know it, the man behind the trouble is murdered in a most public way. A pair of teenagers is also killed, and there seem to be too many guns. With dead man's teenage stepson missing, the drunken ex-wife is displaying plenty of probable cause, and the youth center manager is looking guiltier by the day. Now, I wonder... Nope. I did that one. Okay. Lisa Jackson. Our Lady of Mystery here. No mercy for these characters. 4 stars. Jackson takes creepy to a new level with her latest chilling offering. Sisters who are different as day and night form the core of this lethal mystery, which is enhanced by both the location and the weather. Leave it to Jackson to give her readers a frightening tale filled with classic danger and shocking twists. Teacher Jules Ferrento is haunted by the brutal murder of her father. Everyone was affected, but Jules is most certain about her teenage half-sister Shaylee, who's acting out. Forced by court order, their mother has decided to send Shaylee to Blue Rock Academy, an elite and isolated boarding school in southern Oregon. Concerned with the unusual disappearance of a student, Jules gets a teaching position there without revealing her connection to Shaylee. But Shaylee's not the only familiar face Jules encounters. Her former lover, Cooper Trent, also teaches at the school and is suspicious of the disappearance of Lauren Conway. Following the murder of two sisters, Jules fears for her sister's rise. With Trent's help, they may uncover the source of the evil. Contemporary romance. Let's see. Mariah Stewart coming home. Right there. 4 stars. Stewart returns to her more romantic roots with the start of the Chesapeake Diaries series, linking this new series to her romantic suspense efforts by focusing on former FBI agent Grady Shields. Family connections and releasing your past are major themes in this romantic drama, which has a hint of suspense. No matter what the genre, you're guaranteed to read to a great read with Stewart. Vanessa Keaton's family dynamic is complicated. She's estranged from her mother and doesn't know who her father is, but she does have the total love and support of her half-brother Gabriel Breck. Gabriel, the St. Denis chief, is marrying Mia Shields in just days. When Mia's family, including her elusive former FBI agent brother Grady, arrive, Vanessa and Grady start to hook up, but both have been emotionally damaged in the past. When someone vandalizes Vanessa's shop, Grady gets concerned because the attacks seem personal. Cheryl Woods. Home in Carolina. Cheryl Woods. Home in Carolina. 3 stars. Fans of Wood's Sweet Magnolia series will enjoy catching up with Serenity's denizens and finally having the chance to read Anne and Ty's story. Unfortunately, it's a slight disappointment. A strong plot and conflict can't compensate for characters who seem immature and self-centered much of the time. Being home in Serenity is a big adjustment for sports injury therapist Annie Sullivan. Even before she finds out her ex-boyfriend, pro basketball player Tyler Townsend, is back injured and with his career in jeopardy. Ty needs Annie's help, but Annie can't forget his betrayal, especially because Ty has sole custody of his 3-year-old son, Trevor, the result of the relationship fling with a groupie named Dee Dee. Ty is determined to win Annie's trust and get her back, and he's just started making headway when Dee Dee shows up and throws a wrench in the works. Jill Chavez. Instant Temptation. There you go. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. There's my girl. There's my girl. Come here. Come here. 3 stars. Shalvis gives readers the story of T.J. the third and eldest Wilder brother, and tough, prickly Harley. Despite their constant bickering, these two have a lot in common: a fear of commitment, loyalty to siblings, and a strong drive to overcome the economic hardships of their youth. TJ and his brothers are guides and the owners of the Wilder Adventures, a Sierra Nevada lodge and wilderness outfitter. TJ grew up with Holly, but they have been estranged since high school. After getting her wildlife biology degree, Holly is working several temporary jobs, hoping to land a real job as a research biologist, one that would take her to Colorado and away from her flaky family and TJ. The sizzle she feels whenever she's around him, but the relationship changes when TJ accompanies Holly on a wilderness check. Um, Brenda Jackson, sensual, sensual confessions. It's not here. Alright, here we go. Sensual. 4 stars. A high quality read is always guaranteed when Jackson introduces a new Medeiros character. Blade is next in line, and he's not, if not persistent, when it comes to pursuing his dream girl. One thing is sure, when a Medeiros man is involved, a woman can count her remaining singles days on one hand. Blade has been circling around Sam ever since he spotted her at his cousin Luke's wedding to Mac. Sam's law partner, unfortunately, his reputation as a hardcore player precedes him, and he wears it like a cloak of honor. Sam's past experiences have made her the player hater she is today. When she learns that has a stalker who wants to eliminate him, it brings out the protector in Blade. Lori Wilde, our last one. The True Love Quilting Club. There we go. Wilde's wonderfully emotionally story showcases sweethearts reunited after years apart. Emma Parks is almost ready to give up her search for stardom when she's offered the lead role in a small theater production in Twilight, Texas. Twilight is the place where she had her first kiss with Sam Creek. Sam is now a veteran and single father of a 6-year-old boy who has not spoken since his mother was killed in Iraq. Sam and Irene get together. What do I didn't do? Karen Hawkins. It's gotta be here. The Real Thing. Coming Home. Wild Love. Okay. Lois Lane might have found her very own Superman, but is it love or just a bad case of kryptonite? 3 stars. The Hawkins returned to Glory, North Carolina. We met a lot of old pals and some new ones in this readable romance. The town is quaint, the senior murder club cute, and the storyline and our heroine the equal of Lois herself. The characters are a bit contrived, but they're still fun. Susan Collins, intrepid reporter and editor of the local paper, is being driven crazy by her temporary boss, Mark Tremaine. He may look like an invitation to sin, but he's an uptight accountant, focused only on the bottom line and not the news. Susan doesn't need an out-of-town bean counter to tell her what to do. Cute. Okay. Paranormal. Laura Lee. I gotta get these back. I started collecting all these and then I give them all away. That was stupid. Because it took a long time to collect this whole series. 4.5 stars. Mega Talent Lee finally delivers what Breed fans have been breathlessly anticipating. Jonas Wyatt gets his romantic comeuppance from the first Jonas as a pivotal character whose ruthless is legendary. Because of his dark past and genetic heritage, Jonas has resisted claiming his mate, his assistant Rachel Brown. When Rachel started working for Jonas, she was pregnant. Now her baby Amber is just a month old. To Rachel's horror, Philip Brandon Moore tries to kidnap Amber, but he doesn't succeed, but he injects the baby with an unknown substance. Jonas is enraged and on the warpath, for he considers Amber his own. Further attempts to get Amber force Jonas and Rachel into a breed sanctuary. Rebels and Lovers. Alright, down there. Linnea Sinclair. 4.5 stars. Sinclair's outstanding space saga continues. In addition to focusing on character romantic lives, she builds a world that's growing more complicated. Her gift for fast-paced adventure and rich character depiction make her books exhilarating thrill rides. Computer data expert Devin Guthrie is called to the Guthrie Global Systems headquarters by his tyrannical father. When the defection of his oldest son Philip to the Alliance, JM wants to do damage control with the Empire, and he figures a prominent marriage will help. Then tragedy strikes when Devin's nephew Trip disappears. Devin heads out to track him down, just one step ahead of the Imperial forces. Pilot Magnan Griggs is widowed and deeply in debt. Having worked for the Guthries, Maiden recognizes Trip when she spots him on a Dock 5 station. When Devlin arrives in hot pursuit, they are all thrust into a deadly game of hide and seek. Ryan Bird, Touch of Seduction. 4.5 stars. Bird continues her Primal Instinct series, and her latest installment is just as fantastic as the first three. This is a seriously sensual story with tout action and a plot that doesn't let up. Olivia Harcourt is charged with protecting her niece, who has a bit of witch blood in her. This unique characteristic makes her a target for just about every evil creature. When a tall, dark, and sexy shapeshifter shows up just in time, determined to protect her niece, Olivia puts her trust and heart in care of this giant tiger. See what happens. Michelle Huff. I might have this one, I just didn't look. Oh. Beyond the Darkness, Alexandra Ivy. Werewolf King Salvatore Giuliani gets his comeuppance in Ivy's latest Guardians of Eternity novel. Salvatore has been a less than sympathetic character in the previous book, so turning him into the hero is a fun twist. For Salvatore, nothing is more important than finding a way to save the werewolf population from extinction. Having lost the first two genetically altered female purebred wearers to a vampire, he is determined to get his hands on Harley. Harley, however, has been taught to distrust the arrogant king, so she's not inclined to give him a break until they have a common enemy. Shall have. I have some of hers, but I don't have this one. I don't have. I don't know why I. Unless it's on one of those other pages. Oh, you know, I was reading one of the other ones. Says the publisher says they have 3 minutes, or not 3 minutes, 3 seconds to catch your attention as you walk down a bookstore aisle. Out of these covers, which one would catch your attention? I think it's this one. Out of all the covers, if they had 3 seconds, I think you'd see this one first. There was one more. Oh, well, I'll just read it anyway. Tanya Huff, her vampire husband. 4 stars. Starting with an intriguing marriage of convenience plot between werewolf and vampire, this action-intense tale quickly morphs into a love story with subtext of paranormal politics. Just one more place. Nope. Starting with an I already said that. Werewolf Princess Blue Masterson is forced to marry a vampire to seal a pact of peace between the two groups. Lord Creighton St. Pierre, one of the few vampire elders possessing witch magic, agrees to be the vampire's representative. Neither Blue nor Creed has planned on this anything more than a marriage for show, so neither is happy when they discover they have feelings for each other. This one I know is pictured in here. I've seen it a couple times. Darn it. I had most of her books too. And I should not have gotten rid of them because they're hard to get to too. I'm almost positive I didn't write the page number down. Oh, there's LA Banks. Very good vampire series. You'll have to read those. Very good series. Where is it? Uber talented Banks has taken her gutsy and steadfast heroine through enormous challenges that have kept her legion of fans on the edge of their seats. Along with the gut-wrenching thrills, the evolution of Sasha and Hunter's relationship has a critical element in the series. Despite having prevented what could have been a preternatural war, Captain Sasha Trudeau and her paranormal containment unit are under attack by the military bureaucracy. A new colonel, a non-believer, is in charge, and he's determined to take down Sasha and her team. Not good. Not good at all. Patricia Biggs, Silverborn, 4.5 stars. The Fae are once again menacing Coyote shifter Mercy Thompson in Briggs' latest mesmerizing adventure. Always an astonishing storyteller, Briggs keeps adding layers of rich complexity to her characters. A newly declared mates, Adam and Mercy continue to build their romantic relationship. Sadly, they are also the targets of insidious internal pack plot. Mercy discovers that the dear werewolf's friend Samuel is having significant control issues, so much that his life could be forfeit if either Adam or Brand discover it. If that wasn't enough, when Mercy tries to return a borrowed Fae book, she's suddenly under attack by forces that want to control of an eminently dangerous artifact. Succubus Shadows. Mead offers 4.5 stars. Mead offers another entertaining entry with Book 5 in the Georgina Kincaid series. The tortured romance between Georgina and Seth is an addictive guilty pleasure, and the rich characters draw readers irresistibly into their world. Immortal seductress and shapeshifter Georgina Kincaid offers to help her best friend Maddie look for a wedding gown. Then Maddie asks her to be a bridesmaid. It's hell on earth for Georgina because Maddie is marrying the man she loves. Georgina is secretly hoping Seth will realize what he is when they broke up. Worse, Simone, the new seductress in town, is out to corrupt Seth. And danger lurks as a mysterious force tries to draw her into another realm. And I seem to have lost one. We'll go back. The Devil's Playground, Jenna Black. Throughout her compelling series, Black has explored the singular challenges experienced by her gutsy and stubborn heroine. Demon-possessed relationships and all their pretzel-like contortions have given the series its own style and distinct tone. No one has tried to kill or torture exorcist Morgan Mackenzie in 2 months. She should have known it was too good to last. On the home front, things have been a bit tense. Morgan's boyfriend Brian is still coming to grips with all the sexual implications of Morgan and the demon king Lug sharing the same body. Lug has set up a royal council on the mortal plane, and they recently discovered that his brother Dougal has launched yet another plot to kill Lou and take control. Go there. Okay. Did we do that one? No. Strong, Sleek, and Sinful, L'Oreal Claire. That one. Yeah, it's not reviewed. What did I think it was? Oh well. Alright. And I think I missed one. Let's just go back and look for a second. I think I missed one. Nope. Alright. So let's head on to Harlequin. Our last one for the last set of 4. Longing and Lies. There we go. Four and a half stars. Donna Hill. Longing and Lies, 4.5 stars by Donna Hill. Wonderfully wraps up the TLC, the Ladies Cartel series with a story boasting well-written and multifaceted characters, a strong plot and integral input from secondary characters from previous stories, Ashley Temple is an event planner's assistant and a secret member of TLC on an organization of women agents who solve cases. For her latest assignment, Ashley is partnered with Elliot Morgan, who prefers working alone after some emotional, devastating years. He's to pose as her adoring husband while they break up a babysitting ring. Neither Ashley nor Elliot is prepared to deal with their personal feelings and emotional issues. Kim Shaw. The bottom corner one. Lift Me Higher. 4 stars. Attorney Monty Lewis is left to rear his 2 sons after his wife succumbs to cancer. He's also the primary caregiver for his mother, who has Alzheimer's. Dating and falling in love are not on his agenda until he sees model and actress Terry Turner, who has hired an entertainment attorney at Monty's firm. When they're trapped in an elevator, Monty and Terry are forced to spend hours together and decide to explore a relationship. Interesting. Gwen Foster, Destination Love. And 4 stars. An unusual story and thoroughly rendered in exotic locations make the story a terrific read. Noted author Dalton Hobart is flabbergasted when Professor Sherry Steffens approaches him on a cruise. She doesn't recognize him, but he's the doctoral student she prevented from graduating on time because of a minor problem with his thesis. Ooh, teacher-student. No. Joan Rock. Joan Rock. There we go, that one. The Captive, 4.5 stars. This enthralling historical set in 885 AD tells of Gwynnne of Wessex, raised by wealthy scholarly parents. She's been taught to think for herself, but when her parents died, she comes under the care of a noble. The Norse are raiding the countryside with Gwendolen is captured by their leader, Wolf Garrison, the most successful Viking raider to sail the coast of Britain. Her spirit attracts him as much as her beauty, and he's determined to keep her for his own. Both the Saxons and another Norse lord will be after them. As the understanding and affection grow, Wolf and Gwendolen fight to escape both groups. So that's it. That's the end of April 2010. I hope you will join me next week for May 2010, where we go over another 20 or 30 books, depending on how many I find in my house. Please check out Flashback Mondays, Star Trek Next Generation recaps on Friday, and if you like this author, then maybe you like that author. We started with Julia Quinn's Bridgertons. If you like them, maybe you like them Joanna Lindsay's Mallory's, Stephanie Lawrence Sinsters. There's over 30 books in that series. That should be on Netflix too. And we did a forensics. We did investigative reporter series. So please check all those out. And please hit the like and subscribe. Thank you.